Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of What You Reading. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Delaze. Welcome back, guys. This week we read Devourer of Men by Nikki St. Crowe. Crowe? I've been messing up
Crowe. I think it's Crowe.
Yeah, I've been
I
messing
don't
up.
know. I'm country, so things sound different in my head.
Girl, same. So I was just like, all right. But we reading that book. That's the last book of the Never King series. And so we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Okay, guys. So if y'all kind of remember, I kind of don't. I ain't even going to tell you no lie. The Never King series kind of ended happily ever after. You know, they just was where they were at. But at the end of that series, Hook and Rock was like still beefing a little bit.
Yeah, heavy.
But they already knew we already knew they was gonna find Wendy, okay? So at the beginning of the book, you just kind of see Hook and how he got off his ship into an island of Everland. And when he looks down, he see peanuts everywhere. Now I don't know why he thought this wouldn't be Rock. But he was secretly hoping, like, dang, I hope this ain't Rock. I hope this ain't Rock. So he gets like a little motel little thing, and he go lay down and take a nap because he tired, okay? So Rock shows up, honey, and he talks to the, like, what do you call them? Like, the hotel people? Like the innkeeper or?
Oh, yeah. It's called something like that, girl.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, she worked at the front desk, okay? And he was like, oh, I'm gonna surprise my friends, so, you know, can you take me to his room or whatever? So she like, yeah. She took him to the room, and then when he scared Hook, and Hook shot at him, and you know, Rock, he like, oh, you know, I'm happy to see you too. You happy to see me?
Mm-hmm.
So the Rock like, what you doing here? Not Rock. Captain's like, what you doing here? And he like, oh, I didn't found somebody, and she was locked up with Wendy. We got to go find Wendy. Now I don't know why they in Everland. I was sitting there in Everland, just mysteriously in Everland, but that's where Wendy was in. So he was like, we got to go see this girl at the restaurant or the bar, tavern, whatever you may say. And this girl gonna tell us what she know about Wendy. So they go down to there and they talk to her, and she let them know that she was locked up with her, but a Viscount, claimed her. And she lived with him until he died. And then they was gonna hang her to kill her. And she ended up not dying. So she was just up there like hanging. Oh, I ain't dying. Well, can you just imagine? It's like, oh
no.
I'm still alive. I ain't even died.
Oh, man.
So I guess they left her up there for some time, and then eventually they was like, she didn't even die, cut her down. So when they did that, and then the king took her, he was like, you know what? If you ain't dead, then you can help me. So she was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna help you out. And I guess she was making him stay young. She had magic that she didn't even know why she had magic.
Yeah, and they was calling her a witch.
Right. They was like trying to kill her because they thought she was a witch anyway.
Yeah.
But the king saw that as an opportunity. And he was like, okay, if you can keep me alive, you know, help me out. So she did. She helped him out, and they ended up like really like being in a real relationship. And I don't think she really loved him or nothing like that. She was just trying to stay alive, man.
Yeah.
So she ended up the queen of Everland or whatever. But they did not call her Wendy. She kept her name hush. Because the reason why they really did not like her in that town is because she was associated with Peter Pan.
Right, right.
But she really wasn't even really associated with Peter Pan because she ain't even really fool with Peter Pan like that, to be honest.
Yeah, not for real.
Yeah.
Always with like Hook and Rock. Like those are the two men that she was always up under.
Mhm. Which was his enemy, Peter Pan's enemy. So,
Right.
but go ahead, girl.
Yeah. So she became queen, and then the king had a son. I forgot what his name was, but he had a son, and homie was not happy about
Holly.
Holly.
Mhm.
Holly. Okay, so he had a son named Holly, and he was mad that Wendy was now around because that messed up his opportunity to become king.
Mhm.
Because the plan was so there was a plan set in place, but once Wendy got into the picture, that whole thing went out the window. So
Because the king would never die.
that he wasn't going to die, but also the plan was for Wendy, if he did die, to take over everything, and the son was just kind of out of luck, so he felt some type of way about that whole thing. And then he discovered that his dad wasn't aging or dying, and that she also was an agent, so he tried to get in on the thing too. Homie wasn't happy about the fact that homegirl was going to end up being queen, or well, taking over everything if the king ended up dying, so he was like, let me get on that. So they kind of got this like ongoing like nasty nice beef where
Mhm.
they're cordial with each other, but like she's like, I don't trust him, and he like, I don't trust her either. Like they just got that.
Yeah, so pretty much before that Rock and Hook just kind of have this like little thing. And they was like going to get something to eat, but they never went and got nothing to eat for the longest. Because the whole time they was like, we need to go get something to eat. So then they went to like this little tavern, and Hook told him, not Hook, Rock told him, okay, this place got magic everywhere, and so like, don't drink the wine, don't eat the food, like, listen, just don't say please, like it's magic all in this place. They gonna know what's up. So they went in the tavern, and they just was kiki and having a good time, feeling good and fresh, and got the feeling on each other, honey. And then left the area, and they kind of still had it in them because they was drinking the fake wine at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And and then for some reason, Hook wanted Rock to run after him. He don't know why he wanted to. He just wanted him to. And that's when they kind of start kind of liking each other a little bit. They start looking at each other in a different way.
Right. Even though Hook was so scared of Rock because that's been his enemy for as long as who knows. And but he's like, why do I feel these things about this man? Like he's my enemy. He scares me to death. Da, 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 da. And he's like, but then you find out about Hook because they kind of give a little bit of his backstory. He got some major daddy issues.
Uh-huh.
Major daddy issues.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of trying to go through that whole process of not being good enough because that's what his dad said, and that he don't deserve this, don't deserve that, all this craziness.
Right, because they got into that fight that night. They got
Mm.
into a fight that night, and then he started bleeding, then he started passing out.
So this is the thing. His daddy told him that he was, if he did something that was of sin or something to that effect, his blood was going to be black. And
If he
so,
did something good, his blood would be red, but if he did bad, it would do black. So he always subconsciously thinking about that.
right. And so he's like, every time I've looked, it's been black. Or he said something about it being black. And he's like, well, Rock was like, well, have you done anything good? And then cut yourself and see if it was red. And he was like, oh no, I didn't really think about that. Like maybe I should try it.
Right.
Duh.
But that's why he passed out all the time because when he see blood, he just pass out because it's
Mm-hmm.
weird.
Mm-hmm. It is really weird.
So they got into that fight, and then he got cut, and he passed out, and then uh, Rock helped him back to his room, and then when he woke up, he kind of told him the story about how his daddy. I don't even know why his daddy did that mess.
So confused because I was like, what was the why? What was the
Yeah,
point
what
of
was the
that?
point? But the daddy took him to that witch, and then all that stuff happened, and then it's been history since then. So then, what happened after that?
Well, so when you hear about the story about the witch that his daddy took him to or whatever, curse on him or a hex or something. She put something on him. Anyway, long story short, you end up finding out that Hook ends up having some type of power. They don't know what it is, but he had some type of something.
Yeah.
Which was interesting in itself because that translated to a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, so after that, they have that fight. Rock and him get back to the hotel. It's very interesting because as time's going on, they're having conversations about like, Rock's like, maybe we could try this, maybe we could try that, like sexually. And so at some point, which hopefully this isn't too far ahead, but at some point, Hook, wait, no. Yeah, Hook ends up giving Rock head.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, that's the most
No, Rock gives Hook head.
Rock gives Hook head. You're right. I said that backwards. So Rock ends up giving Hook head, which apparently was phenomenal because homie was
Because he
living.
passed out.
Yeah, it was a lot for him.
Right. And then he woke up and then he was like, where you going? Because I think Rock was leaving and he was like, I'm going to get food. I said, damn, they still out.
Just barely got in getting food. And you know what's crazy about that? Because Rock don't play about needing to eat. He need to
Right.
eat right then and there because it's about to be a problem for a lot of people. If
Yep. And you know that time, get the ticket. If y'all remember about Rock, at the time, the clock starts 12, he got to eat. And when he don't eat, baby, he eat everybody in sight. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Got to have that blood. So
Yep. He was truly the devoured man.
uh-huh.
So, but it was so funny because after that first interaction, you could tell Hook was kind of like more like, where you been? What you doing? What da da da? Like, kind of on that, like, what's happening? All this other stuff. And Rock's like, bro, like, just chill. Like, we're just vibing.
Exactly. He was so chill
He
though.
was so chill. The guy, wait, can we talk about the voice actors that they used for this one?
Listen, the voice actors was so good. But
Girl,
not better than the ritual. I'm gonna say it right now.
honestly, yeah, no, the Ritual's got some really good voice actors. Oh my God, they got some good freaking Riot.
Yes, that voice.
Oh, but man, he sounds amazing.
Yes, girl. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm
But
sorry.
they made Rock sound just sexy. Just
Yes.
I don't know what actor that was, like whose voice that is, but man, I
Listen.
hope they fine because that voice is fine.
Yes.
That voice is fine. So
Very much.
anyway, so they go on to the so he's trying to figure out what's going on. Rock's like vibes, and then they get to wait, hold on. They have the
Now
fight.
this when he came back, remember, he was like, somebody been following me. Hurry up, get your clothes on. Somebody
Yeah,
been following me. And Rob, Hook is still moving slow because remember, y'all, he had been cut. He didn't put some salve and stuff on him and try to sew him up and all that good stuff. So he moving slow. He like, chill, bro. I'm trying to go. He like, bro, hurry up. Let's go.
right.
They got it. I'm telling you,
He said
somebody
we ain't got
follow me.
time. And he said we ain't got time for this.
Right.
And then is this? I think we might have passed it, but they were gonna get information from that girl, and so Hook was
Now
kind of
that was in the beginning, wasn't it?
was it
In
in
the
the
beginning is where they got the information from that the girl was locked up with her.
well because they ended up getting information from somebody because Hook ended up going somewhere else and he got some information for doing something he wasn't supposed to, and then Rock ended up stumbling upon the lady in the kitchen and wherever they were at, but I don't remember where they were at. Was that at the beginning?
I think that was the lady, the innkeeper, wasn't she?
Oh, that was it. Okay, so that was at the beginning. Okay, so never mind.
Because he had to go down and ask for salve and all that stuff. Remember, she gave him some extra salve with some magic in it.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he ends up getting this information accidentally from this lady in the inn, and Hook here go Hook mad and in his feelings now. I mean, do you have to sleep with everybody just to get some information out of them? And Rock was like, I ain't even do all that. I just talked.
Right.
That was it. He felt some other
Mhm.
way about that. But go ahead, girl.
Well, so after that, that's what happened with the guards start trying to follow them and all that. Hook went moving faster because he was hurt, and then they end up getting caught by the guards anyway, which wasn't bad. Wasn't bad for them either way. They knew
Mhm.
they could kill him if they really wanted to. But
Right.
so they end up getting escorted back to the castle. So they end up getting escorted back to the castle or whatever. And I think, don't they ask somebody about Wendy?
Yeah, and they're like, "How do you know that name?"
Yeah, because they're not even referring to her as Wendy.
Uh-uh. I forgot what they called her. It was some, I can't remember what they called her. Do you remember?
Wasn't they calling her Your Majesty?
No, they was calling her something else. I can't remember what they
I
called
don't
her.
remember.
Oh, I don't remember either. Damn. Anyway, they was calling her something, and they said her name Wendy, and then people was like, "How do you know that name?" And then so Wendy had like a homegirl that they was like this, and
Asha.
so Asha. So Asha just happened to be around and was like, I heard, so she go tell Wendy like, "Hey girl, there's two guys here and they said your other name. And so
Mm-hmm.
you might want to like try to find them before the king finds out because this is going to be a problem for everybody." So she
Right,
was like, "Say less." So she go and find them, but she's like, "Who is that possibly looking for me?" Come to find out it was Rock and Hook.
right. And she was shocked,
Shocked. First of all, she was
especially to
shocked
see
because they
them
were together.
together.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Very
Mm-hmm.
shocked. So sorry, go ahead. I cut you straight off, girl. I'm sorry.
No, you fine, girl.
Go ahead.
Oh, so anyway, so she was shocked to see them. She was like, first of all, ain't nobody referred to me as that, so please do not call me that. Second of all, what y'all doing here? You know what? It don't even matter. Go on by your way. She was like, y'all do not need to be here. Get gone. So she's trying to rush them off. And they like, Dad, she didn't even try to talk to us. So, and they know something is up, but they don't know what it is that's up. So anyway, they get escorted off by Theo. Theo's supposed to be her other road dog. So Asha and Theo are supposed to be her road dog. They know more about her than anything.
And they know about her from Neverland. From
Yes,
yeah, from Neverland.
right.
Yeah.
So he escorting them off, and then I guess Holly see them, or no, I think the king's mama see them,
Oh, I thought it was
and
Holly.
I want to. Okay, maybe it was Holly.
Well, maybe I don't know. I know somebody did, and Holly found
Anyway, let's
out.
just say it was Holly because I really kind of think it was Holly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Holly see them leave, and he was like, "Oh, who are y'all?" Bossa bossa, and they was like, "Oh, we was here to see Wendy." Oh, for real, Wendy? Oh, a friend of hers is a friend of mine. But he really wanted to get some more information on why y'all was here.
Right.
And so he was like, you know what? Y'all escort them back, give them a room, let them get them some nice attire, and we're gonna have this dinner tonight with Wendy, with her guests. So they're like, oh, okay, or whatever. So Theo escort them back, give them a room and all that good stuff. They live in larger than rooms too. And then I guess Theo goes back and tell her, oh, Holly seen them and said they coming to dinner tonight. So she like, damn, now they coming to dinner. He gonna find out. The king gonna find out now. Well, what y'all don't know is the king is in there on his deathbed. Okay, he just been in there alive by a thread
I
for
after
a long time now,
yeah. Because something with
ringing along.
was it something with the magic or something that was killing him from the inside out?
I think so, but also what was keeping him alive was the thing.
The what?
The thing on the back of the bed was keeping him alive.
Oh, I got you. Got you. Okay.
Yeah. So so yeah, he was in there. So she was like, "Dad, why y'all gotta bring them here? Like, Dad, now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do about lunch, about dinner, or whatever."
Blowing up her whole spot.
Right. So she go visit her king, and she want him to wake up so bad because she know if he wake up, then everything will be okay. But if he don't wake up and this man die, she in trouble. She back on the streets because Holly gonna put her back on the street. Okay.
He was gonna try to kill her. There was like a plan to kill her so that he could take over the throne.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead, girl.
So she trying to figure out what to do. So the dinner ends up happening. That it actually goes fairly smoothly, fairly, and they kind of, I mean, like stuff is kind of talked about at the dinner, but not like a whole lot. They kind of keep it like basic level and let that be that. So there's a point where Rock and Hook go back to their respective rooms, but they're in there they like hanging out and they kind of like start messing around or whatever. Well, Wendy happens to see them through the door or window. She sees them somehow. I can't remember how she sees them. And then she gets to feeling some type of way.
So Wendy walk up in there and she like, what y'all doing? Oh, y'all like this? And basically, Rock was like, you want to join?
Come on,
Because
one
you not leaving.
time.
And she like, what if I don't want to leave? He was like, it's not an option. You already here.
Yep. He said,
And
"Do you
so
want
I guess they
to?"
kind of
Nope.
they kind of figure out why they dare to get her, let her know that she had a baby, and that they didn't know nothing about her being gone like that. They didn't know that Peter Pan let her loose over there. They didn't know none of that. And she was shocked because she thought the whole time that they just didn't care. They just forgot all about her.
Yep.
So so they all have sex pretty much. It was a great scene.
It was a great scene.
You must read this to find out. It's a
It
great
was a great
scene.
scene. Very well written. Very well written.
Yes. Okay, what else happened?
So after that happens, now she's like all feeling some type of way because now this has happened between her, Rock, and Hook, and now she's trying to figure out like how she's gonna survive because she knows that if the king actually dies, homie's gonna kill her. So she's like, let's set up a plan or whatever. This is where I got lost
Okay.
because it felt like they set up a plan to leave, some stuff happens, and then that was it. Is that what that's?
Well, they set up a plan. I think they was setting up a plan, but it didn't work out like that. Oh, Asha and Theo come in the room and they tell her that Holly looking for you. All this stuff is happening at the castle, and all that stuff. And Rock and Rock and Hook was like, we're not leaving her this time. We're not leaving her. We love her. Both of them love her. So they like, we're not leaving her this time. And she like, I'll be all right. I'm good with them. These my best friends. They okay. So they end up going they separate way because they supposed to be, like you said, had a plan to go back to that ship.
Mm-hmm.
She went back to I guess she was going to get her stuff, or she was going to settle something with Holly.
Mm-hmm.
So when she got there, Theo was actually leading her. Like, I think Asha went with Hook and Rock somewhere else. And
Mm-hmm.
Theo went with the Queen, or
Mm-hmm.
Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
And Theo led her to a dungeon. She was like, this is not the right way. This is not it. But before she said anything, before she could say anything, he knocked her ass out. Her BFF knocked her out. So I guess when Asha came looking after that, he knocked her ass out too. And
Mm-hmm.
then made the comment, sorry, she paid me more money. So come to find out, this was Holly's wife.
Which was crazy because
What
I'm
we
like the
forgot
whole
to
time.
mention, huh?
I said the whole time nobody knew that.
Right, because she was real quiet. Remember, she was
Yeah.
okay. What we forgot to mention is Holly's wife was at this dinner. She was real quiet, but Captain Hook kept looking at her because he was like, "Who is this girl? I know her. I know her from somewhere. I cannot place it."
Mm-hmm.
So she was quiet the whole time. She didn't say nothing. So then come to find out, Theo was working for her, and the whole time she was in she was in Holly's ear trying to get like, you gonna be the king, you need to
Mm-hmm.
do this and you need to do that. But she was leading him like that because bitch, she was a witch.
She actually was the witch that it was
Go
all
ahead, girl.
for. So she was the
So
witch.
anyway, Wendy in the dungeon, Hook come find out, Hook hungry still, come find her. They end up getting Wendy out. He end up eating Theo anyway. And then come to find out that the witch was the witch that put that spell on Hook, and
All
Hook
the years
had
ago.
sex with Wendy. And when Wendy got pregnant, she gave magic to Wendy and the baby.
Mary and Winnie.
Yes. So
Yep.
that's why Wendy had this magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's this witch. The witch wanted this magic back. She did all
Yep.
this because she wanted her magic back. Okay.
Yep.
And so they got into it. They fought. She had a whole bunch of men trying to get them, but Hook ended up, Rock
Right.
ended up getting hungry and eating all of them. and then passing out. And then when he passed out, but he wasn't right. They knew he wasn't right for some reason. And then when he came back around, they was all on that boat, baby. They was all on the boat going somewhere else. And then at the end of the book, he said, "Take me to Vane." And that was the end.
And that was it. I gotta go to see Vane.
Bitch, I'm mad.
How did you feel about the story?
Okay, I felt like this was a filler story, but it was still good.
Yeah.
However, I'm mad at that ending.
Yeah, same.
I need to know why he going to see Vane.
And I also want to know, like, does she see Winnie? Does she ever meet Winnie?
Right.
Like, there's so many questions. Like, I thought it was a cool book if there was going to be more, but if there's not going to be any more and that was it, that was horrible.
Right, because baby, I was in that shower listening to the book, and I heard epilogue. I was like,
yep,
the story was over.
Yeah, I said, dang, maybe not horrible. Maybe horrible was harsh, but it was just, I wish it would have gone better because the other books that were prior to this story were so good and so like filled with things that it did kind of end. That this was just kind of like, all right, so.
Well, that was your thoughts.
Yeah. That was it.
All right. That was the end of the book, y'all.
That was it in the book. So tune in next time for another episode.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.